Liverpool 2, Manchester United 0, and it is never a bad Monday when you've beaten Manchester United. No matter where they are in the table, how they've been doing this season, whatever, it doesn't matter. There is no bad Monday when you've beaten Manchester United. Even if it's a Manchester United that seemingly have fallen quite so far since the Fergie era. Who knows where they may finish? Who cares where they may finish? Because at the moment, I don't care where they finish. We're 30 points ahead of Manchester United right now, which is unprecedented. I don't believe there was even a 30-point gap between us when United were at the top of their game and we weren't. I don't believe there ever was a time when there was a 30-point gap between the two clubs. So, look, massive for us. Now, in terms of the performance, genuinely, we should have been about 4 or 5-0 up in that first half, and then even more so at the start of the second half. We should have been. Absolutely should have been. Absolutely brilliant goal by Virgil van Dijk, who was marked by Brandon Williams. Don't know why. Don't know who thought that was a good idea on the Manchester United coaching staff and said, Brandon, you're marking Virgil. Who said that? What? He must have been looking at that thinking, ooh, well, I don't think I can eat his nose, Gary Neville. I don't want to eat his nose. You know, all those quotes that Gary Neville was saying about Brandon Williams looks like he would eat your nose to win a game. Don't think so. Not on yesterday's performance, anyway. But yeah, and he rose the highest with, even if Harry Maguire was on Virgil van Dijk, he rose the highest and he was going to get that header anyway. And it was a great goal by Van Dijk. Van Dijk then puts himself in the situation with De Gea, which United fans are obviously turning around and saying it was correctly ruled out the next goal by VAR. That wasn't correctly ruled out by VAR. That should have been 2-0. That should have been 2-0. Bobby Firmino's goal after Virgil van Dijk goes up. You can see all of the replays you want. He's looking at the ball all the time. It is a fair ball for both the goalkeeper and Virgil van Dijk to go for. Now, Sky actually put a comparison on similar sort of situation when it was Everton versus United and Dominic Calvert-Lewin went up against De Gea and it went in. It was an own goal off Lindelof, I think it was at the time, and the goal stood. This time VAR decides, oh, that's a foul. Consistency levels. It is what it is, isn't it? Liverpool, as people are saying. Don't think so on this game, do you? Anyway, we'll agree to disagree, I'm sure. But then we go into, I think we had another goal ruled off, Gini Wijnaldum. And yeah, he was correctly ruled out as offside. That one was a correct decision. But you saw the chances that we were having. You know, chances that Salah missed, chances that Mane missed and stuff like that. And you're thinking, all I was thinking, we went into the first half, at the end of the first half, and it was 1-0. And all I'm thinking is, we cannot let these lot equalise. We just cannot let these lot equalise. We come out in the second half like an absolute house on fire as well. Henderson going closest, hitting the post. And actually, he didn't just hit the post. It was a save by De Gea. Fingertip sort of save onto the post. But that was going in. That was well going in. And then United seemed to grow a little bit into the game. They started to take some of their chances, started to get some chances. One most notably fell to Anthony Martial. And I'm looking at it just thinking, he is not in a more perfect position to at least get this shot on target. And he didn't. He blazed it over the bar, curled it, like sort of outward curled it off his right foot and blazed it well over the bar. And you're just thinking, all right, that was their moment. That has to be their moment. And it's gone. And it fairly was after that, to be fair. You know, stats-wise, the stats don't tell the whole story, in my opinion. Not in this game. Said that quite a few times. But the stats really don't. 55% possession for us, 45 for United over the course of the whole game. We had 10 shots in the whole game. They had 7. We had 4 on target. They had 3. All 3 of their shots on target were saves as well. And that goes massive credit to the defence and to Alisson as well. And as we talk about Alisson, what a man. What a man Alisson is. Unbelievable. Someone tries to, they scuff volley it. Can't remember who it was. Someone scuff volleyed it for United. and then whoever was like just in front or in the offside position swung a leg at the ball, and then it just fell to Alisson. Now, you know, every other person seeing what time it was on the clock would be thinking, hold the ball. Just hold the ball. It's 1-0. We don't need to create any unnecessary danger for us. This is why, you know, most of us aren't a world-class Brazilian goalkeeper, because the first thing he does is he looks up and he goes, Salah's in a good position. Fires this ball so long. Unbelievable, great distribution. And his distribution hadn't been that good throughout the whole game. His throwing, unreal, but his kicking hadn't been that great. It had been alright, but not that great. But this one was the one that counted. It was unreal. Salah's in behind. You've got Dan James trying to chase on, trying to put some pressure on, and it just doesn't work. Salah's too strong. He shrugs him off, slots the ball under David De Gea, and it's 2-0. Salah finally gets his goal for Manchester against Manchester United, I should say. Takes the shirt off, everything, and then Alisson sprints the entire length of the pitch, harking back to the days of Pepe Reina, and just absolutely embraces into a massive hug with Salah, and it's 2-0 to Liverpool. It ends 2-0. And you know what? Credit to Liverpool, because we didn't crumble under any pressure that United put us under. And they were trying to. They were trying to put their own sort of pressure onto us. But the game plan for United seems to be, we're going to press. We don't necessarily know how to press. So we're just all going to run at you and just hope that something happens. That seems to be the game plan for United. And it's not a great game plan against a team that have been well drilled in pressing and counter-pressing. You can't... We are a very difficult team to... You can press against us, yeah, fine, no problem. But we can counter-press as well. We know how to work our team in different ways, because our team is being coached and drilled in very, over a longer period of time, but it's being effectively trained and drilled over a long period of time. 13 months in the job with Solskjaer, it still looks like there's scrapings of a plan A, but there isn't much of a plan A, and there still isn't, to that effect, a plan B, a plan C, etc., or different changes of systems. I think United fans will be disappointed with the fact that they set up with a back five against us, very, very defensive, very hard to break down, or it can be hard to break down. So they will probably, as Solskjaer I think said or alluded to, that they can take credit, they can take, faith in the fact that we had to use, long balls and set pieces and stuff like that. Again, it's just changing what you need to do against your opponent. That's what we did. Doesn't make United look any better than they have done recently or against any other teams. It is adapting to your opponent's setup. That's what we did, and we did it very, very well. Make no mistake. So Solskjaer can look at positives and say we had to go long ball, we had to use, a 60-yard pass for Alisson, stuff like that. At the end of the day, you've been beaten 2-0 by Liverpool. We kept a clean sheet. Your most threatening plays, they didn't end up on target. So I don't understand where the positives are, and what we showed was adaptability in the game, which is something that United currently can't do. They don't know how to adapt to certain situations. They don't know how to adapt to any situation. If it isn't a counter-attack and they're not allowed to counter-attack, you've essentially shut Manchester United down right now. And that is what we did. So obviously I'm well happy. Results this weekend have been so weird. I just want to have a quick look over Saturday's and Sunday's results, because honestly, I think this has been, what was it? I think Match of the Day said last night that there was one win outside of ours in the top 10, and I just thought that stat was ridiculous. That stat is ridiculous, and it's just, I don't know. It's not loading up at the moment. Oh yeah, so we had 5 draws on Saturday alone. There wasn't any draws there, but 5 draws. 5 draws, so you've got 10 teams that have drawn in total. That's unreal. That really is unreal. That's a hell of a stat. So all I'm saying there is, with all that amount of draws, the points and stuff like that as well, obviously Man City drew, Leicester lost. I can't remember who they lost against. Was it Burnley? Might have been Burnley. May have been Burnley. Pretty sure it was Burnley. I think it was Sunday, wasn't it? Sunday. Yeah, it was Burnley. So Leicester lost against Burnley. Man City drew against Crystal Palace late on. I mean, yeah. So we're still 16 points clear at the top of the table. 30 points between us and Manchester United. It's very, very difficult to figure out what is going to come next for Liverpool in terms of who's the next challenge. Like, who have we got next? I believe we have... Is it Wolves? Thursday. We've got Wolves at 8 o'clock. Wow. Massive. That's going to be a big game. Wolves away. So we've got Wolves to come up next after this game. So let me know what your thoughts are on this game and also ahead of the Wolves game as well. But obviously, we're Liverpool fans. We're buzzing after this result against Manchester United. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do like it and subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you once again, and I'll catch you later.